The oil no, so I'm sure you know ye be more. Me ankasa may make a demonstration against Ghana Mampany. Anything, what my papa iba ye, a fekurandu ye, e-levy wekem, betting tax, emission tax wekem, dollar free 18 cedis, about 10 cedi. Petrol at Remaba Kwaku for the pencil 18 cedis, and then about 9 cedis. What you say? What the less than 50 ministers and the minor. Minina ma hoto di aba. And the Koda sorry ya. Petrol allowance what the money ministers in the cabinet no was here so a year free ho. Matter say basically, Mampeni John Ramani Mahama or go MPP party no, not just MPP party ne crowd here. Ghana bako se mu ye be raise year free ho no. Hey, afin mayo, and I'm over John Mahama ye. And yeah, afin drew dear. Na MPP party ne na egu.
Yes, Ebusia, afi endu de na MPP party no na egu. Mema mu nyina mo akwaba. Mema mo akwaba ene enkomo ye bedi ne hye. So welcome to Dr. Ren TV on YouTube and also Dr. Ren on Facebook. Any de mu a wonya ba bomodi a share video no na ye bedi twen enkomo, ye bedi enkomo. Enkomo bi esi asem kese bi aba. Esi asem kese nso ba na franka esi so. Anything yeti ha sana enkofo bi wo eye entintan so no wo mo de o ma yo mo ho se ne tie bia o makeka Ghana 40 abom on a tribal a friend is in front no mo de mpapa mu ni nchichemu aba Ghana but e mu bi no sanse mu no nsemfo no me nsoso anything Lady bi a ye friend no Frida eye Yaira amable ase amable ase amable o de asem bi abetudwa asem o de abetudwa no mesusu se se me ni odi so ansem no ho nkomo o se mebo modian na makenkan e de amam sa lady a making onie mami panyini o na de way wo entintan ne so ne eniema bi a wo ye wo entintan ne so no abusia ese ye ka ho asem mami panyini pa ne onie mami panyini o na de wo ye wo entintan ne so abusia mo yentu ne fo why mo yentu ne fo abatan entena fie enkyere saa suban fin suban tantan mama nkenkan de waye enkyere we Wasi EWES must go. Developing story happening now at Senzule in the Elembele district. EWES settled there in the 70s. They have been paying rent, but now the chief wants them to leave completely. They have 3 months to leave. Our MPs must help. This is coming from the lady called Frida Yaira. Now, this particular lady, enyenne eno share sa ensem huni we ase. Enebe hunu no afa asantefo na wone wo mu gidi. Echine bi be hunu no obi bia wote Volta region ese woka eye evekasa obi bia wote Framantem no ese woka evekasa che say I minim de opese or achieve. Minim de opese or achieve. Now, my main king kind the Honorable Amakofi Boa and so extra on the page. Na my bonnet toffer. Quickly. This is Amakofi Boa, the page. Honorable Amakofi Boa page na making kind. The page. I say false claims of EWES eviction in Senzule. I categorically and authoritatively dismiss the misleading reports circulating on social media about the supposed eviction of EWES from Senzule or any nearby community as utter falsehood. Such claims are not only inaccurate but also malicious in intent. The people of Sensley and Mbele at large have always been shining example of unity and diversity. For generations, this cosmopolitan community has peacefully coexisted with EWES and many other ethnic groups and promoted an environment of mutual respect, inclusion, and harmony. Elembele's values are rooted in embracing diversity and upholding the dignity of all persons, regardless of ethnicity. I urge the public to disregard this fabricated news and treat it with the contempt it deserves. Signed, Emmanuel Amakofi Boa, Member of Parliament, Elembele constituency. And the same MP, and also a friend is saying, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. So this lady, I don't know. I don't know what she really wants to achieve. One of the things at time we are seeing nipa obey say within a tribe, ebetiti nipa ntem. A idea, it belongs to the titikwa enye ni bi otiase. Because look, that's why I always say nobody travels on a ticket of a year tribal a friend is a passport. Obi enu a wo free Ghana, obeka so the Aigbe passport, Eve passport, NZEMAS passport, Asante, Bonom, Fantain crime, passport to crime. We are one nation, one Ghana. So such people, such a Frida Yairamono, we should not pay attention to their divisive front, trying to separate and segregate us. Yes, you can talk about the good side of Voltarians. You can preach about the culture of Voltarians. You can put, you can shine highlights on the positives of what will bring us together, what will make us to develop together. These kind of separation and these kind of things. And here, it has no place in our modern politics. Ladies and gentlemen, my mama munyinamo akwaba. Minchia Uma Keith. Na minchia Jenny Love. Minchia Charity Labi Ewa Hase. Jothy and so I say, prophets, please pray and prophesy over my finances. I'm struggling daily, even for food, burden with a year heavy debt, going through a year heavy times. I can't bear it anymore. Hey, now when I catch them, yours for Mr. Minyo's for why? Emmanuel Asari Memo Akwaba, blessed evening to you as well. 80. Please disregard this kind of a publication. EWES are nice people. NZEMAS are nice people. We will live together in peace and in harmony. Obi enu obe pamo EWES free Elembele. Me myself, I come from Elembele. Be a full-blooded NZEMAS. What you say? And tis handsome, mununi handsome phono. Yes, so. Why? Aha. It we have venin. Now what Elembele what Sensley. Now what is will be say pamo frame. Which particular chief and also pamo, please. Let's disregard all these things. It has no place in our politics. Metwaso, but metwaso amuntie sa sempa we na meba na yatwaso.
Abushafo on a more serious note, Mr. Mokaseboy, mo was on Farmer John Dramani Mahama, Ghana Mampenia Honfedia.
Mote,
the oil no, so I'm sure you know ye be more. Me and Casa may make a demonstration against Ghana Mampeni. And they saying, what my papa ye, a fekuran do ye, e-levy wekem, betting tax, emission tax wekem, dollar free 18 cities, about 10 cedi. Petrol at Remaba Kwaku for the pencil 18 cities, and about 9 cities. What you say? What the less than 50 ministers enable minor. Minina ma hoto di aba. Emi ekoda sore ya. Petrol allowance what the money ministers in the cabinet no. Was here so we free ho. Much as basically, Mampeni John Dramani Mahama. O go MPP party no. Much as MPP party ne crowd here. Ghana bako se mu ye be yirezi free ho no. Hey, afin mayo. Ena mo hwede John Mahama ye. Eni afin dru die. Na MPP party ne na egu.
Oh, Abushia, come along with me. Ni nkomo. Afini be do na MPP party na egu. The way omoko idie. enche wombegu Margaret Mwakwaba enche MPP party ni begu and now no MPP kwa neck meeting mpanyimfo kwatena ase enka katoma mento enka Brian Champon oni wuntimi enka omo to twede e wo meeting ase ye kopiem ni se Brian Champon ka che wuntimi se shut up kawanutum ye kasa wo ni se no abeka bi na anu a ye de ukọ yoku enye me Brian Champon a engede wo to prison nti wo eye wuntimi kawanutum shut up neck meeting de kopiem wo ho no MPP for kontokwa MPP for enka Brian Champon oni wuntumi eka to na brew komo di yemu wo ho abusua se na mehwehwe wo MPP m se ntokwa nkoso da omu nchiche na nyansafo na ewom no omu mfirim no monte wo ho te se Alan Kodwo Kyeremante ote no wi of for me movement for change enche ote obe for be political party girlfriend me Akwaba Gifty George Akwaba abusia emu ade o YouTube now subscribe me page no abobodi na subscribe o Facebook nso a message Dr. Ren TV na subscribe na yentwetwe nkomo wati ase me dey ade NZEMAS sack EWES false news me dey ato nche disregard those publications no ewo social media yen so sansem no ni sansem phone so uhunu sa amanfo de letter bi abeto abontene se efri senzule royals ni sa anwem ni nyina all false reportage emfiri obi awo nkofo bi pese omofa kwan bi so na omudi gu honorable Amakofibua eho fin yehunu ni nyina yenim ne yekọ yensoso what you say omo campaign no atonsuo agu one time Margaret Emmanuel Mewakwaba thank you Margaret now look yenko anim ne yentudwen komo emfa asemo a esi yebeba de crème de la crème no ai cancellation of fuel allowance no yebeba sa eno so what you say aha na ansa ne yebeba eno so no yebeba a friend is saying ene yesi assemblyman for omukoda sore ya John Dramani Mahama no no krade no oje John Mahama de wo ye nyina nti wo ye we nyina ewia na sie de na abesolve wo solve Ghana for problems ni nyina afi we ya de na abesolve in 2026 yebusa John Mahama wo solve problems we nyina in just afi we 1 year ya 2026 problems be na obesolve quickly mamenkin kan sem no Mahama fulfills promise begins 1,300 monthly payment to assembly members. Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development has commenced the payment of monthly allowances of 1,300 Ghana cedis to assembly members across the nation. A significant step towards strengthening local governance and fulfilling a key campaign promise made by President John Dramani Mahama. It was announced by the sector minister, Ahmed Ibrahim, at the press conference held on Monday, July 14, 2025. The move forms part of the broader Resetting Ghana agenda, aimed at empowering local governance structure and improving projects monitoring at the grassroots level. According to the minister, 23 million Ghana cedis has already been disbursed to cover allowances for the months of April and May, following the Ministry of Finance release of 25 million Ghana cedis as the first tranche of the 100 million Ghana cedis allocated for this initiative in the 2025 national budget. I quote, the NDC government has allocated 100 million Ghana cedis in the 2025 budget statement and economic policy of Ghana to pay a monthly consolidated allowance to all assembly members in the country, both elected and appointed, Mr. Ibrahim stated. Ataber, Allahu Akbar. Atabar, Allahu Akbar. May God be praised. Abusia de ho ne se John Mahama she boy kwakoto aba no se Ghana for to aba manwa. Ye ne mo ayi wo mo se assembly members no. Omo mo eye alawa. Omo mo sika kakra no mo de asom adwuma no omo ye nas. Eno na ye kwada sorry ye bosome eye April eni eye May. John Dramani Mahama wade osie ayoyo. Zongo neti mo akwaba. Dr. Bernard Yeboah Michel. Now, was it Dr. Bernard Yeboah? See, maybe some pastors have told him something that has empowered him to go ahead for Ghana because this is a year unprecedented. Okay. I think so. Can see me earlier a year in common. Me cast will be kase. Me mom pa man. Now, yanko NZEMAS. Ediana assembly members. Womo oman Ghana na womo yen womu a eninti. Ye tua womo ka na Kufuado time no ye hunu saa nuema we nyina. Eninti se wokọ eye yen Ghana the district assembly no mu a ensemu a ewo ho no edoso bebre. The objectives of assembly members are any akwa ne say John Dramani Mahama hunu se wo madwuma na sombo enti ese ekọ na ekutua wo ampa o de osia yoyo wo tua omuka enti ne assembly men fo no a omo wo ye nkrunkrum no wo mmomodin a ayeden etimi aye adwuma ombetimi ayeden ahwe nneoma a ekoso ewo assembly mu by making sure say they will hold a year one district chief executives no accountable to a year nneoma a so omo ye de boa a year the assemblies no etumpon eninti ebemu modin a ombe examine nneema ekoso by the government no ma hwe na aban adwuma wo ye no a year assemblies no ebetimi akonanim na boa oman Ghana. John Mahama was Siawayo, a man with character, a person with character. The words and then the actions and then the deeds are always in tandem. Brofutintini yinane chere say was Siawayo. What you say, sapepepe. And then you will see ye wayo. Welcome, my sister Noble. Now, yemfa eno ento na yemko asem kesi bia MPP4 akoka. MPP4 say ene John Dramani Mahama. Waya adie bi na adie na waye no according to MPP4 say a populist. Dimeko akokenka. Ensem wa MPP4 aka. Die na Mahama aye. Die na MPP4 kafa ho. Die nti ena omo kire say John Mahama na mo a wotu a populist. Na obi ka se populist kra no a asechire ene say. Ma menkenkan emma wontentem. What say fuel allowance cancellation is a populist move. MPP to John Mahama. Na nipa ya wakan yi Samia Wuku. Story oko Ghana weba ewo. Or say a member of parliament for Ekuapem North, Samia Wuku has criticized the government decision to scrap fuel allowances and allocations for all political appointees, describing it as a populist move and mere public relations gimmick. Speaking on the floor of Parliament on Tuesday, July 15, 2025, he challenged the government to take decisive and meaningful action if it is truly committed to the directive. If the president really wants to show commitment to cut down on fuel allowances, I challenge him to shut down the fuel depots at the Castle and Jubilee House. That would mean they are no longer taking fuel for free, he asked. Does it include ministers? Does it include CEOs? Does it include presidential staffers? Who exactly are considered political appointees? Are we just talking about ministers and their deputies, or does it cover CEOs as well? This is coming from Sami Ewuku. So no nim one more from presidential appointees. Into Obusa say presidential appointees no. Omo kro omo yamaya. Eye ministers ayafa omo so omo ye adwuma ma oman no ana omo ye presidential staffers omo ye adwuma office of the president ana say chief executive officers are president afa omo say omo bomodi ankode da enkunku ano companies ano enterprises ano woman na John Mahama ka omo asem yi ana na de John Mahama ye de ono hunu say a populist approach. Now populist no kra ubeka say asechire kra ene say in politics you can say populist. You see, the word populist refers to someone who puts ordinary people's right above those of the wealthy and powerful class. In this populist, it means John Mahama is putting the Ghanaian people first, above CEOs and ministers. Because according to the president, Sayaka said the nation should tighten their belt. He says, Sa Susudianonso, Yeshema ministers, CEOs, appointees, and so Omudiso. It is said in politics, the word populist refers to someone who puts ordinary people's right above those of the wealthy and powerful. So clearly, basically, it shows to say the lower class of one. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, what Jenny woman will say. So one more sacrifice more money there. Then the people must also, ministers, no appointees, no should also sacrifice. And this is a very, very good news. Now, Professor Azar, what can say for this particular story? Now, Yankwa kinkai what Professor Azar aka. Or say, cancellation of fuel allowance to appointees. This is very important. Private legal practitioner Professor Stephen Kweku Asari, popularly known as Kweku Azar, has responded to the news that the government has cut fuel allowances for its appointees. In his reaction, Professor Azar emphasized the importance of transparency and urged the government to quantify the expected savings from the decision. See, anamono a president etuno, woma Ghana fo hunu, sika dodoa obetimi asave wo man Ghana through this particular directive. Now, Mamema, the background. John Mahama has cancelled the fuel allowance for public appointees under the ruling National Democratic Congress with the directive taking immediate effect. The president directives, or say, it is to make sure, say, a lot of MPs, former as ministers, appointed as ministers to curb the government expenditure aimed at cutting costs and channeling the public funds into priorities areas. The way asempa. On say fire born enemies for ne there, chichi man for no, Babylon for ne there, to say MPP for ne there. Ade ebe bo my Ghana me etumpo, they don't support it. Enya wawa, sa no omotie. Because one ba power no they ensure say nneema bebre no yes timemufo ni nya no omo ma timemufo ni nya no omo ma capture no ma control timemufo so that the timemufo ni de ebuo ni die be ma wo mo ni akotokoto ni ayom honorable. Sana MPP 40. It is this directive at John Mahama Diaban. A very good directive. Now you see this a nyoma way ni mo. A colonial mentality nyoma akoswache. And those days the colonial masters no. Nana di omo yene se sisel be mo akaba. Nana the colonial masters ni yene se enam se wo mutu kwan aba wo man Ghana mu no. The dangers of the job no. Na see more a free fuel, ye more free garden boys, ye more a cook, ye more and ye cooker, a cook. Ubi on Ediani. Aye. Ye more cooker, when you Ediani, more chef. I made me chill. Oh, dear, say. And this particular directive from the president, we need to commend him because you see. And you'll be behind it, means I could draw with yes, I knew man. And I mean, who minister be okay say, hey, as you see, as a president's directive, no, the body about you because we are buying you may, I am cocoa baby. What you say, and so baby no cast on my be say bottom, nobody have to feel the about it tells you, say, the president of our buy the second term, Wabano arenade. Wabano to say, yes, Christ no a year Bible. A cheetah for say, well, ba, oh, mamma, near mamma, say, well, baby, make sure, say, dear one, someone no one, I'm fan of crack, and someone who could no punish no better. John Mahama, second coming, what he is doing is a Obeshi set a new man who ever bought my Ghana, more my Ghana, pong. It won't she any been warrior. Science is a been a war bruchere, abandoning Europe. America, Asia, Sanchi be. Felida, a man from Wakwa. How are you doing, sis? It's been a long time. I'm in Okasa phones. You did me fast somewhere. Look, San Yamaya Joma me or say about opposition with this. This is what we want. This is what we need. Yanomo dear. And so many to am tin tiny son of Omokasa your mamma no one year tree. Omo ya bay for. What you say? Aha, Omo ya hypocrites and parasite. What you say? Omo ya kofubi omon pegana. It omo de oye de ya akoko sachra kroma enya ne fe. Because woman no umfin etu omo the madman of Gadara. Womo titi eye people so and womo kikem because the Mahama yen and so woman. Omo hunu Sankofo ne de eye deliverance and a healing and a bebo womo emerepem. But at this particular moment today, onyansani bia obi oye badwemba bia obi a ope o man Ghana bia nim se ofa John Mahama memwoyi a wo buyi a na wo Rashid e say wo de toto eye a friend say nana Nebukadnezar Zacchaeus ho a utimu say hey Zacchaeus come down now or sesi etwa ne tomma. Indeed they came to steal, to come and to destroy. But John Mahama has come that Ghanaians may have light and have it abundantly. What do you see? So the head calling in say, and the Mapanua John Mahama no, Omian commending no nipa ya dia osaye. When yina ya memboni di mboni. Sanyoma way MPP and to me I knew. And so I'm saying a populist approach. Thinking about the poor Ghanaians, no MPP for so on pay. Because I've read to you the definition of populist. Putting the people first, MPP for pay. Now you unim the entire de be ambetan am say MPP for the enemy of state. Yeah, why do you say I'm using maybe harsh words? No, my dear sister, my dear brother. They are. Omo utterances, omo ne ye, omo na montuo ni nyina kyerɛ say. Omo ye the enemy of state. Omo mpe Ghana ye. Omo mpe Ghana nkoso. Because when say sa anamoya Joma Mahama etui say 2000 na omo party no engu no mobile power. Omunim say ebe ha wo mu because John Mahama twa esebia eso bia bedi so ene one wafa ministers a omododo no embro system po wafa ministers a ekufu ado ba ye obefa 120 no wachem ana wati ministers so ejene say MPP beba power in 2000 they will be forced some of ministers ketwa because obi atwa sa ato wei eya dia eye esapa John Mahama atwa eye se nyina ye kasa John Mahama de wa ye ya de papa na emmom no ye mfa nkọ parliament ne enhye mranta ato na obi bia obebe bia no obedi saa mra no so because ndey John Dramani Mahama ewo 2/3 members of parliament obetimi aye constitutional amendment a further processes of a year numbers are obehia Johnny ewo it is otimi de mrata e kire a ebeboa a good directive but we will ask Johnny to use the parliament ebe stamp this decision so na nkwa ne se wono no wo you na se wo kine bi ofiri so ade obeba no ono so beka so de John Mahama ye yi media de me nkofo me mo fiwo ekomo mede wo mo saa Johnny wa adwene pa banya obia na bedwene se Johnny because ekufu adomo no ene ba wo miam no omo eni adwene pa te se Johnny di Johnny enhwe na enko parliament ni entintim so pam na ntimi nya de enbeye mra na obia ni so na mboa na oman ne yenkwadane ana mo ne menya adwene comment section wo let me know what you think ehia pa this is an interactive program you can na me ba me shada kenkan mo nsem no a mo throw comment section so that we all feel part as a team what you say hypocrites and parasites in there or so crobetim about become Dr. Bernard Yeboah or say or agree pa very good Nana Kofi hi Phoebe Batchford Blatch the inquiry mam tekla me become tekla men kana Batchford and answer men kana Blatchford and answer de asembe ni udin de this is how I am fantini Cooper I am fanti obeyen crying anyway if you are net saying Kobe or see you are right bro that's it enti menu animo a omo wa no omo ese de make am etwaso so His Excellency John Mahama twaso na ye kwani mu no ebeboa wo man Ghana what you say sa pepepe MPP egu nti aya mo kompa ebomu a mo kotodwe ni mu na mo bompa ya mo mane mo mompa no na yemko se MPP begu ntem Jenny Love say I agree Ora Tanko say yes on so I agree e de ebeboa enyansafo no na ewo moti wo na mo hwe wo aha say yentutu ntosuo ngugu nkofo ani President Mahama fuels cut is hypocrisy, not sacrifice. Old Tafu MP constituency, Eko Vincent Asefua, and of this assembly aba. Enche omegwa press conference. Nobu say I second. There must be a norm for every political party to follow. Good leadership. Cecil and the other. But all Tafu MP say, dear John Mahama ye na hypocrisy. I say the MPP na nkasa kra. Me who the how omo MPP. Yankin kan ye. Was he or describing it as a populist gimmicks that lacks genuine sacrifice and legal backing. As if one no. Wa bonde wa bonde bibi abazi na obonus na nsuwozi abazi na obonus wozi wadwene ko baby boni abazi na obon kankan zuzi enwom a me terrible nchaka e throw school enwom no abazi na obon kankan zuzi che obon kankan zuzi che yeka abazi na obon kankan zuzi che ekobi ebon so yedi. Oh, may he so rest in peace, my good friend Terrible Nchaka. This is what he's saying. He said, according to Asifua, the fuel allowances in question forms part of official service conditions for government appointees. Government appointees, the official service, and counseling them unilaterally amounts to an illegal and unethical violation of service conditions to the detriment of the office holders. Aqua weepa, hey, momon, aqua weepa, what bon. Anyway, you better forgive you all because almost the day almost stance we know the MPP stance in him sending opposition have a problem with every good thing that the government is doing. What's up? Akoko sacha kroma enye feda. Ora Adams also say I agree. More money. More money. Anyway, busia ya to aso ne nkomopa no. Munte ye say akwatia by election no. Endra me have na ye say nka me kan kire mo. MPP for so mo kofa okunafo no. Maame no ani kunu ewu no. No wa contest. Ewo eye by election. MPP for sa no mo ka. See the way MPP corner the one really a be hu so be join MPP no because we a be man na join MPP a na wanya yere papa bi a wodo wa wan hwene a obetumi akum wo no no so akwa contest for a parliamentary seat. What you say? Ko esisi Lydia Lasan esi. What you say? Fancy man side we ekosi. And yet, Danny, and yet this is the first time I see you in 2000. So, Saha is here. And I see MPP not Danny Widows Party. Oh, what you be him said that man saying come then so the MPP ye dear. I am a muaye dodo. One no move. One no move. Men ka se almost suban bonny into no move. Men for my no see bonny, men cancer. Then so omo party communicating a year communication a friend is saying officer free Kumasi Paul Yando say aden MPP for mebono ne woman wusa on tiase media menka se eye boni a omaye menka se eye dutro omo toto omo menka se ye poison a omo we de air poison omo enye sa na meka na nemum de meka ne se de tie bia no sa widow for no a obi wu a yen shada nye selection based on merit ne be fa widow for so mo be political party MPP enim no mo nkoko contest election no I think is enya de to aso entwai so we should not support it abusuan komo bi wo ho a ene ese menimudi na enkomo ne fa John Kuma ho. Yes, John Kuma. Emra no Deputy Minister of Finance no. Owiewia sika. And create different bank account. And transfer sika ne ko gu sa bank account ni. Na sa John Kuma sika no transfer ko gu bank account ni. Na John Kuma ni papa bi ewo company a no mo joint company. Sa sumase bone na John Kuma ye no fa papa na chi na yes ade ni nyina. Enti John Kuma wu ye no ana papa no enya ho ntie se sa na John Kuma nam tumase di nioma bone ewo me company a me ne ti ye din wa me nim ho hwe. Ne yire ene na busuafo bi de na omu nim sa suban bone na omu kunu ni kunu John Kuma edi. Enti omu ye se omu ye smart na sika na aka wo sa account ni no omu akwa yiyi sa sika ni nyina free account ni ebusuan tie enti omu ye se omu change details no e wo sa account ni so no more transfer called secret account. The Koba and say, Yami on pebony, Sikano so millions of Ghana cedis. Then a minute say Yoko. I can't tell me serious fraud office, omu yen fishim. A kwanya John Kuma, and then a yere, and then a bushia for create different account. Ewa sisters, ni bush, ni nuyano mo menka nesa. Ni nuyano mu din mo, ne yere din, ni sister na yere, e din mo. Ene, a one sem. Eye buburuja, eye bebre. Challenge konfono mba bewia ye mpa o. Ombe boy yen krono pa, nya krono ketwa o. Sika wo mu wia ye. Enye sika ketwa. Sika wo mu transfer ye. Enye sika ketwa. Na ye de ni di story nechi. Na maybe ebedu bia no. Ye de nkomoni nyina be den. Ebebremu. Because enye sika ketwa. Ene ne yere de nsem no ekopie mu police station say saa sika no a John Kuma edit some separate account mu no. I say nkofo bi wie sika ne bi. Akwa te say mame Cecilia de bi, dapa de bi. The same ensem ne bi ana akopie. The sika no nye sika ketwa. They came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on my Ghana, see a kofa MPP baby mdia any yankasa ye jejireji. Because me titus MPP for kase. Say yeba power, ye bet chere NDC for BB. Now why na catch MPP for some meba power? Maybe some. Why na catch MPP for say on meba power? Huh? And I can say MPP for Nanga say be cry no master tell move free political party MPP nim. Oh yes. MPP for no anga say be ashasia. O move free MPP political party nim. In the one is so mobile power. O musuban way. Dear John Mahama ne mpem for ye no dear wo mo hye wo man na akọ nim. Now, let me read to you this story from the governor Bank of Ghana on the Heswa. Osisidi appreciate by over 42% as of June 2025, reversing nearly all losses recorded in 2022 and 2023. Now, the losses are MPP for the Oman Ghana could share amena don komuno. This government, in a space of 6 months, abomodini amasidi nwenya wodini appreciating over 42%. Etuetua eka a recording in 2022, ABC 2023. Now, when somebody tells you says our political party no, when you koto sa menem no de na ba, kai unu say sa nipa kro no, on dog Ghana no ye enemy of state. Ampe Ghana ye. Me tisen nkofo ka say, oh, we need a vibrant and a strong, a friend is saying, opposition political party. It is something which is truthful. Yeah, but that does not mean see yankofa political party on dog Ghana. And in she saying in your ma wo yina. Say or mine. No. Opinion leaders it is some mo chere ma adwene wanyansa kwan so e de boa ban no must be encouraged. Rather than see encourages MPP for no stronger opposition, they have nothing good to offer the nation. Because woman dream on someone who can be. So I would prefer, say, opinion leaders, think tanks, people one yansa, do a mine a bet chira woman dream. And say, MPP for chile. Edi enyansa pa na MPP for chere wo man Ghana for. Bibisa. Edi pa. The past 8 years I show omu sunu omu bai. Omu intention, criminal intentions came to steal the nation's coffers. So ladies and gentlemen, so be teaching. No catch will say. Yen koni yen kofa. The MPP nimra. Musane say. Which performance? And ye kwa kofa naba. Let me tell you Ghanaians. Never change a winning team. Tima a winning no. Yen sisano. And so far, John Mahama and his team a winning. I'm not saying said they are perfect. No. May very hypocritical. Said Mecca say, oh me a perfect. No. And you remember why I disagree with them, but much them might be. Therefore, say the president, so better to ye, no be any ye. Because the second coming so far, me wouldn't hear why ye beer. Yeah, out of the normal. A big go mine and I say big go mine ufi, and I best say oh my, that be me wouldn't be. What would be a winning beer, catch them. We should rather encourage the CPP political party. No munjina womonasu. No muntimin push the government. No. But you see, the beauty of this government, no, Krani say, their own political party members, no. Yeah, NDC for one casano. Omunya omadwin say omo twen magana fumpo ababe putu omo party no in check. And now the government of today ni in check. Womo ankasa afa to omo say they aban ne beye omo say yesusu dia bone no, they will make sure say they will come out quickly. Omo be chira omadwin. And this is what we want. In the MPP for ne dia. Momo yem for omo nto nchen. Yen wipe the MPP out. MPP subayino. And sem fata. Yen here womo in this our modern democracy. Emboa me. Emboa my God. And I'm being honest. The so-called ideology be almost womo. A ideology of vindictiveness, ideology of bitterness, ideology of destruction. Ideology that will lead to the total destruction of our entire nation must not be encouraged. Over the ideology of the CPP, about industrialization. And when you look at John Dramani Mahama, free that CPP, a friend is a bushia and that is the reason why he's telling you say everything about the Kwame Nkrumah, except for a bit me use and you obey. And that is why they are projecting the ideology of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, his mentor. This is what we must encourage. A coin be a Bible to me a foul, but to me a boama MPP guno. Faso. You will be the Yawaha, Yaboa, United Kingdom. Macachero. Almost say I'm making MPP unpopular here in the UK. You don't want to say who meeting. Yes. Meeting, me, and I'm here at the top of this discussion. Discussing. Dr. Ren is making our party unpopular. The schools, universities, students, and they won't joining MPP to say first, and they won't joining NDC more than MPP. What is going on? It's Dr. Ren who preaching, who put things in order. Or man kofono research about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and kofo finding out the truth of my Ghana yabakwase and a politician. That the MPP since my Ghana pray see a big or mine see the Nasu free Bruni 7 they fought against the independence of Ghana. Menu mienu yemujidi. That's obi njiwu ndia we are sure says ani pakron. Obey bibia manaboa. Enya de obey bibia de aboa. Ewa abrabo. It is ango for ne de. Emienso so omo so. Omo ye mamboyefo. Omo ye kontompofo na brabafo. Abusia. Sa na omo tie. Omo claim to fame. Ni nyina a property owning democracy. Yanji jinkofo nwuma. Yen kasa ye dia. Yen sesa edin aban bi ba ya obebo ne ho modene facilities bi or hospitals bi or building change den edin no renaming yemfa ye papa ne na nanom abusuafo din to so na nchiri mameka se ne ni any good things to offer because womo pese womo di papa no ne womo maame ne womo abusuafo din to so a eso womo build something from scratch no womo di din eto so but womo build it but wo build it a de womo din womo abaye renaming ceremony no womo din ato so edinka na no nketewa na ka University of Ghana college University of College akwame kuma ba boa ya wo see no ehye mu kina ne kese no na nketewa na kuma ba be no dankwa dombo buzia University na nketewa na kuma ba be fa airport akwame kuma see ye na kuma ba be no JB Dankwa International Airport na pe se udi into bibi so you have to build it anameboa na wo dey obi build it now by renaming. Hey, what kind of easy life is this? Entia busia. I keep saying, they be a bomb koko. Beware and be careful of MPP political party. Almost the same musubaya, me ba be catch. But so far, ne almost the same wo musubaya. The omotia and omotia. And we must be careful. Our MPP, woman, esu, ene woman. Ladies and gentlemen, we and another day chawo. Widows political party in here. Ebi awa dunya ose meboa. Eno no ene wo ho. Apana na anu ya wuwu ye no. Ne yere ana wo mo say. Omo mbomodian na onko contesting. Na MPP edi ene ham. MPP for edi empa ana mo so ebia mo rituals are eno no ana because we dey maintain you obi wupe ya kofa na yere iti say ene de Mahama nwom a woto ya Ghana fo nyina som se Mahama is the hope no and MPP for say edi is a hope edi and MPP the NDC for be bia na MPP for to copy and the NDC for the Green Army by MPP for akotumu copy e de ye Blue Army aba MPP for akoye Basentali 5K men gather let's meet and then yakonya AI Basentali chese the NDC for be ye bia Ora Anthony Goka enwakwaba the NDC for be ye bia no na MPP for akotumu copy na wo mo nso aye invitation die ne yunama yewo AI Basentali wo chat GTP unya bosso AI Basentali ubehunu ni pakro ene ukwa abontinia ya the Green Army NDC for na de buy ubehunu no a na a friend say MPP for so akwati Blue Army because omo so omo de omo nim nyansa sen NDC fu because omo de omo se omo de omo ye political party omo ya benefo omo benen esen NDC afi de ade na omo copy NDC dito sa ladies and gentlemen we de bia emboa ye koye nim no ye hunu the originals omo ye originals ankasa ene yo madane copycat party owura Niyama Johnson ene kan Susan or say omo ye naming ceremony MPP naming ceremony political party the omunimu eno. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news anyway, Mamen fan chrew. Mahama indeed is the hope ampa. Share. Mechre ubudie miwia mechre umu. Why? YouTube for muhu ana. Facebook for muhu. Untu mboase mechre umu. And the key numbers are Oko Parliament you been here for a year procedures. Say ye for me quorum. You been here nipa dodo a year 92. Afamuni nyina na dodo no. You been here 92 at the Parliament House. Say ye pass ordinary bill. You been here nipa mako 138 a pass bill. The entire Ekufuado. O free sword yekoto aba nanka onya 130 onya majority in parliament Jane Mensamo ebo modin edinarin Sancho Kofi akpafulo lobi likpefuo no. It was because sanke koto aba no wa enka NDC for ne winning was some person so ninka automatically no and komodo no benya 138 as against the MPP party and no 137. The senti Anna Jane Adukwe Mensa edinai Sal Sancho Kofi akpafulo lobi likpefuo a representative in the House of Parliament. Koban say imukoche 137 hang Parliament. Because see for me, you be pass any ordinary bill la. I see a nipa maku 138 and NPP no ehunu say massa for akwenya no mobile parliament. NPP for ntimi pass any ordinary bill our parliament from 2020 to 2024. And that is why deliberately no omo hijack Sao Alma allow Sao a representative in parliament. Funny say yakoto abani say bantama for ya momunya MP. Menshia South ya momunya MP. Ufi said the NBC. But it happened under Akufo-Addo. Basa yes. The people of South, Sancho Kofi, Akpafulo Lobilipe, they discipline themselves through Ghanaians. Omanye didi for 4 good years. Now you got to about Blakuma North, I am called 7 months in Pone MP before Kikeme, Ablakuma North, you need a friend is MPBA, any MPBA number so Musufang. And you got to Abana no report. Say a got to Aban. A year rerun, Ablakuma North, MP before Bekaye. Omokoye meeting, neck meeting, and Kentokwe yesi. Say Omo boycott a year rerun, onim the India. Nan come person boycott a rerun no. No mo so di gina so kase. NDC for buy no Ablakuma North and so woman ni parliament candidate be a parliamentary candidate be a elect parliament na NDC for deny Ghana for a representative Ablakuma North for ana ma me no hunu say the omo ye nsem hunu nsem fon ana ofa akiri no ma rera ne buy because penasum dwie opese Rabna Obin, Eco Parliament. Yamin Chadi, Rabna Obin, Oko Parliament. Ataber, Allahu Akbar. Nana o, Memo Akwaba. Na Busia ye Twaswa. Entienne ye were 138, NDC for a year, more than 138 members in Parliament as any year for me. Ye pass any ordinary bill, they will get the numbers. Efaso a yemian sa constitutional amendment. Oh, if you answer no, oh, abotra, if you unkunim deal, abotrebi, if you unkunim deal. Nyina dear, but abotrebi, if you unkunim deal. The entire maker son say, and the constitutional amendment. See a person yen such a be where your constitution nimu. Sanya Freddie Blame the better abontin say. Say John Mahama kasa obeko a year Supreme Court. Ako siki the interpretation whether or not so obeko a third term. Conservatively, there is no problem. That's our constitutional amendment. So betimia yedia. So it means a year 184 a year parliamentarians are a betimia voting on constitutional amendment. So constitution no ye beyan sachira ye bi womu e beboa o man Ghana. Obenya 184. And ye kase NDC were more than 184 our parliament. It is any TBR. The NDC in 184 our parliament. Yakwa kwetia, yakwa ko bo wo. On say football, yakaso bi kwa ko bo bi anya so kwa ko bo no physical. But yakwa kwetia, NDC kwa ko bo MPP wo. E wini a seat no. So what this tells you, they say, I am who's Uncle Julius Debra, Beba, I see Dunketia, Beba, a good thing, no Beba, Munina by any bonny. But they make cases when they say, Sa see Dunketia, Beba, say Julius Debra, Beba, John Mahama is still active na no koi one term and Akufo-Addo Babe say 8 years and wasa baby into ebekwa seeking interpretation. Kid, you are late today, you are late. At the end, John Mahama Supreme Court ebekwa seeking interpretation whether or not to say constitution is say the paneso okoso etwaso for 2 terms and won't me enstand bi on also call 1 term and 8 years nana sasabonsama be say no and they wasa nya akwanya aba and so far so good was hye no yi Ghana fo nso ani agi assembly members for nya eje aketua a friend is said directives about fuel cancellation a school feed in a coso yentwa emu ministers dodo ne MPs dodo yi wo mombru 60 sidi no na yi kase na ho odene ejina pintin ejina so pa ai minim se wo de wadwene ko baabi nanso sidi ni gina ne na so ejima shipintin olidade e machine se kutu se bam edi na sidi ni gina ne na so pa dollar no tia na etiba fo te se biu me mpese meka de bi what you see edi na ehwe ne ma yakoyi dia obi nka nkyere wo se one session na warrior blue warrior obi nka nkyere wo se ne tie bia the science e wo wiem e kyere se JM to aso afepa na ebeba emre bi JM to aso no entimi ambem but 2028 JM to aso no e likely to happen. Now say happy now, I will not be surprised. What you say? Aye. Say happy now, I nyame one. Because Jumanwa, John Mahama, Iron, Express, Johnny Woods, you are late to. Express, or Shasha Memudi. Now say this our Chief Justice, then somebody are. And then an MPP for there. Mo party no. Na egu. Na mo party no. Na tonsuo. Enya de beba. Because Chief Justice Bafo Boni. Hey! Onya ba dia. And you won't forget you. Ye twaso. Ye koso. And I grad that PM or your friends a police station, court. Was say ye man appeal. Now 15 years, no better than fee. No me cancel couldn't some phone Sanchez Ghana for judge ne say fan court. Appeal not to you. And no Adomasa said Agrada is in prison for 15 years because of good government and not good governance. Dear question there. Ghana for nyina agitum so amemwo no a John Dramani Mahama ebu no ekoye mama ekoye papa won tell wa ana wo mbru wa me no ka say ye de agrada amo ba be ye sanitary pads ewo in some prisons and prisons across the nation intian che agrada be manufacture a sanitary pad every in some prison e de ama Ghana for enche be unu agrada no ye school decks e wo prison no bobom kunya e bobo table aban papa na aba interior minister muntaka omo hyehenyo ene ya aban papa benti according to Bank of Ghana what say o man no hyehyeye no a ya hyehyeye no ya hyehyeye in such a way say ene ofa Ghana sanka to renche mitu a Akufo-Addo time no enkiye ntimi nya sika mpo ne de akototo aduane mpo ama na last year more than 21 days and according to Bank of Ghana governor no say hwe Ghana for se bibisia ye betimi akrakra ye ho a for 4 good months a ye hia obi amoa ataber Allahu akbar hey aban papa na aba wonsom no ene enyansafo ye kan wonsom a ye frɛ nyansafo so wo mmra mesom ye ntoto Ghana ne ye ne ye nhyehyɛ oman ne ye ene nye nkwasiafo ombeba ba wia ye no wo wia no madwane akɔhyɛ UK omu wia no makɔdwane akɔhyɛ America ye ka so mmra fie kura omo so munya cancer enwe no omo de omo pep monkey no unya ma omo banana ne wie pɛ omo wia banana ne wia na omo de omo ti akɔhyɛ nwuram sankofo ne de ye ma wo mo ma power biem ne ye ma mo ma power biem kyina because ye kyekere man man no ho beba mfaso ama wo man Ghana fo na nkonkoye ne se ye kyekere political party ama members bi wo de omo ba de omo nima ne se ye bewia ne asai Ghana fo nwuma ne asa abo Ghana fo ka ne asa di Ghana fo awu. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy and so glad ekwanya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni team hyehyɛ de aboa wo man Ghana ewe yisika semu de ufa nneɛma ekoso a President John Dramani Mahama ni team woman reduce government expenditure na ekwanya befa so ebeboa wo man Ghana no enye sika ketwa fuel allowances no save we be save Ghana for sika enye sika ketwa. Ladies and gentlemen, ye ba ha ye be kire political education senia ubehunu John Dramani Mahama has effectively immediately directed the cancellation of free fuel allowances. Abusia de eba be ya ma o man Ghana no sika ebe save ye enye sika ketwa. MP before so omu ye bi in 2023 ampa 50% we dey or 100% cancellation enye 50% we was sitting time we twem into the chair ni say aban no chroto sa anamoya wotui afe ba konko ape obesave Ghana 271 billion Ghana cedis. Enye sika ketwa. Tieniye obesave yen sika. Puduo enye sika ketwa. This will be ti baby. Na ono de ene se MPP political party woba power. Kache ne se agrubi na odie. To the 2025 expenditure paradox no. Nneema we nyina koso na etoso koso a aban no be save Ghana for 271 billion Ghana cedis. Ladies and gentlemen, unim nurses fo aketu ebetua. Unim teacher fo aketu ebetua. Unim mmabunu ne mmabaawa ebetumi ebiebie enwuma. Maka kire mo. This government really came to fix the nation's problem. And now, one more shishens. You best support to all. And you got to say, Emrantie bia, and a maba phobia. Omudnim dear wa politics moon and what form. Kitty say, I dear be a mean to me bodinia. Don't pay attention to them. I've told you, be careful of the voices you listen to. What do you say? A man na go school. Na me what primary no. Na me madam for be a friend Alfred Adiama. No a bem pa. Me di tum. Alfred, no, I've been saying me. No, I've been saying. No, I've been a pa. Now, Alfred, now you're a top student. Alfred, I've been. Miss my been pa. But Alfred, number one. Now, you almost want to say, be almost on my bone. Yes, on my bone. Yeah, into yeah level, no, my benny because. Woman yenya ya kotra exam so menya 69 70 be 65 be o ma ben other schools is here o ma ben pa na Fred ka say me o say Ren, I like you. And I'm saying, oh, I also like you. So do you know why I like you? He said, look, you've always not settled for the least things in life. Yes, you said no. Now I'm saying, I have to always be with the team. Enim nyansa. Tima abene. Tima omadwini ya adwuma. Because me ba wiase no. My mama settle for less. I came to be among the best. It is also wanting time so and kwahwehwe videos sebio aya propagandist videos aya gendarmic videos aya videos a propagating separation among tribal front to be any man. Don't waste your energy and your time. Feed your mind. Brain no. Brain here empty. The mind and the force brain in my brain act. Don't follow videos and things edify you, inspire you, challenge you. Bomadia ma wonhunu se wonso sebio. O sefata. Na oni enyansafo nenam. Me community we. A community of wise men and women. What do you say? Let's keep this community. Unsubscribe here, YouTube, Dr. Ren TV, Facebook, follow. Near Komo. Jandam is dead. And we will ensure it. The one page your mama 70. Yamane kwese. Unsia nyansa. Na ne nimbie. Na wombe kayo. Unso a open asem. Na wo wish ne se obesase di ne de. De wo ye bia. Na nanom ugu nsa ye hyiraw. Obom pa ye nso a ye hyiraw. Abode nso enhyiraw. Ghana be ye. Me kaye no. Ebi mu se na omu njindi. But ene anje ndifo no. Ese no kore jo mama be de. Wa me ya je di se Ghana ebe ye yampa. Believe Ghana be ye. Anamono ane ye tour. Be part of something great. Be part of a history, a greater history, that we came to reset the nation for the unborn generation. That generation that will compete with the sons and daughters of the Great Britain, with the sons and daughters of France, sons and daughters of America, Canada. We are here to reset Ghana. That Ghana that will compete with the greatest of nations, not with countries, they say, Nigeria, not with countries, Oma Bonnie, maybe countries almost happening in terms of science, technology, defense, economics. We are here to reset a nation that will build, a nation that will grow what we eat what we grow, a nation that will supply Nimdia to the other parts of the world. We are here to reset Ghana. Ghana befan into my pefra. Atabir, Allah, O Akbar. Thank you, Ghana, and God bless us all.